Ticket.
Almost 3 hours in, hour number 3, we get underway on Idaho Sports Talk. Not one mention yet of Taylor Swift in New York last night, and that is a good thing, in our opinion, and lots of quarterback talk. Boise State fans, Bronco Nation, 208-424-9300. We got about 30 minutes or so to discuss what's going on with your football program. Andy Avalos confirming the news that you've been thinking about the last 48 hours or so, Prater. What's the plan at quarterback? Forrest, we have a plan down there. They do.
We have a quarterback controversy. We have a quarterback plan. It's all going to come together. Can't wait to see how it shakes out. We'll be at practice all day this week, although I'm not sure we're going to learn much about the quarterback situation. We'll dive you in and fill you in if all the details that we learned with about 65 minutes of press conferences with the coaches this afternoon. And if you're just joining us, they definitely have a plan. They're not holding it out for San Jose State. They have a plan. They're diving in. And ball game, we're here to dissect that plan and dissect our new favorite quarterback controversy.
We both said on Bronco game night immediately following this game on Saturday that we thought we were kind of hoping it would be Madsen to get the gig and to start. You wrote a very, very nice column over the weekend. Nice is a weird word for it. That's not something I say when I describe Mike Prater, like ever. Just kidding. But you wrote a very interesting column that's getting a lot of buzz around this town. And you said, and I quote, I wrote it down. I think it was, you said, time for Maddux, Madsen.
It's Madsen time.
That's what you said then.
It's Madsen
time. And according to Avalos, they're both going to play. We don't know who's going to start. Bush Hamden also talked to the media today and kind of echoed the sentiments. Yeah, we're excited. The players are excited. We haven't lost this team. Everybody, it's still kumbaya on the Blameyer, and we're going to move forward with the best chance for us to compete and win. And apparently they are telling us this. Their best chance to win, Prater, is to play both of these quarterbacks and figure out when and where to beat defenses with using all of the tools possessed by both Taylen Green and Madsen. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing. And I'm just glad that Madsen is getting a shot. I think he should start this game and play the entire game. I just want to see one full game of development to see what he can do. Right now, Madsen has played very, very well. I don't want to say garbage time. That's not fair because he's been very productive in times where Boise State's trying to win a football game. So I think Madsen has deserved it based on what we've seen in games. Coaches feel like he deserves it based on what they've seen in practice. And I'm going to trust the coaches. There's been one cool thing, and it's gotten ugly out there, and there's a lot of emotions, but there's been one cool thing over the last 48 hours, and there's 1,000 opinions out there right now. And they're all just opinions. And I think most of them are good opinions. Some of you people are complete total whack jobs. And I'm just moving on from you guys. But a lot of different opinions because I don't think there's anything wrong or right here. There's Team Green. There's Team Maddux. There's Team Bronco, as you just heard Tom Scott say. And I've seen all of those guys. Really cool that everybody's piping in with an opinion. I have my opinion. It's just an opinion, guys. And I just want a substitution. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking to bench Taylen Green and to ruin his life and to turn him over into not a football player at all.
Get him in the transfer portal and wish him well.
I don't care about the transfer portal. I don't care about feelings. I'm worrying about 5 days right now and what Boise State can do to find its best quarterback. And I think that I just want a substitution. That's all I'm asking for. One game, one substitution. Here comes Madsen. Let him play the entire game, and let's see what we got.
Is Prater nuts here thinking this? What do you guys think? 208-424-9300. We'll line up the calls. We're going to have fun with you guys this hour because Prater just said he does not care about the transfer portal. He does not care about feelings here. Nope, doesn't give a rip. What he cares about is Boise State or this program thinking it could win the next game. What part of politics are you thinking as a fan playing, hey, the more Madsen you see on the blue most likely means the less likely chance being Taylen Green stays to be a part of this brotherhood before jumping into the transfer portal, calling his parents and doing what we just saw a quarterback, about 373 days ago do, Hank Bachmeier. I'm out of here, Forrest.
Yeah, and he proved to us that it can happen quick, happen overnight. And Hank Bachmeier You people beat me up for not having feelings for Taylen Green. How many of you had no feelings for Hank Bachmeier, by the way? So let's call a spade a spade. But if you're looking for ouch, I'll say this. If Taylen Green is the kind of guy that's calling up daddy right now and whining and worrying about the transfer portal in December, is he the guy you really want on your football team anyway?
Yeah, 208-424-9300. Maybe you're at that point if this means to see exactly what you have with the Mad Dog. If that means you don't get Taylen Green anymore and he's going to go play at, I don't know, some school in Texas next year. And he's going to leave in the portal and do whatever he's going to do.
How marketable is he right now?
Not Power 5 marketable. No. Can I give you that?
Yeah.
I can give you, there's one of those schools, Stephen F. Austin, Texas State. I don't know. I don't want to put names in his butt. The more you play Mad Dog to see what you have there, the more you might test Taylen Green leaving. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, hey, I don't want Taylen Green to leave because I'm afraid he's going to take his buddy with him, number 2, right next to him. Both Texas guys. Oh, Prater.
Can't play that game. Andy Avalos answered that question perfectly today.
All right, JT, you're first up on Idaho Sports Talk. JT, we're talking quarterbacks and 2 quarterback offenses. Boise State has one. JT, what are you feeling?
Yeah, this is the right call. Last year, and in subsequent years, our offensive line had a lot of struggles, and we needed Taylen Green to be a running threat to help the offensive line to get our running game going. Now our offensive line is very good, and we have very good running backs. So we don't need to lean on Taylen Green's legs as much. When you get a really good pocket passer like Maddux has been, and what an amazing statement by Bush Hamdan today, saying he's barely taken any practice reps, and look what he's doing in games. Imagine what's going to happen when this kid actually gets quality reps. But because we already have a good ground game, now you add the passing game, and you still sprinkle Taylen in there, it's going to be very hard to defend. So I think it's the absolute right call. The other thing I want to mention is Avalos has gotten a lot of criticism for some decision-making, but he's also made some big decisions last year, firing Plow, bringing in Cutter, switching to Taylen Green, and look what he's doing this year. He's not afraid to upset the fan base, potentially have Taylen transfer out and bring people with him. He's coaching for his job and fighting for wins. And how you do that is you've got to win now. You can't say, oh, Taylen can develop for next year. You got to win right now. And if you've got talented players, you got to get the best on the field. Harsin did this with even Rippon. He had Cozart, he had Jalen Henderson sprinkling in there. And so I think this is the right call. It's a tough call. My last point is we need more transparency and honesty with players, not more politicking. Look at Deion Sanders in his last interview. They said, why is your 5-star DB not playing? Who needs to make him be able to play? And he said, the kid does. He needs to show up to class. He needs to show up on time to meetings. He needs to do what he's supposed to do, and maybe he'll get on the field. And if people keep saying, don't give us coach speak, they just want cliches. Well, when a coach is honest and transparent, if you look at what Avalos and Bush said today, how's Taylen's confidence? Okay.
Yep.
How is he passing downfield? Not great. That's what we need, is to be honest with kids. That's how you keep a program together. If you start politicking, you will lose the fabric of your culture. So they're doing the right thing, and I think we're going to improve because of it, and I'm excited to see it play out.
Thanks JT. Prater?
I love that call. I mean, I don't know how it's going to make him better. I'm not going to predict that. We'll see how it plays out. Just because I want Maddox Madsen to start and play the entire game doesn't mean he's going to be a better quarterback. I want to be able to know that. I think we're all guessing right now, including the coaches. That's why they're doing this. We're all kind of figuring out. We all have a pretty good idea of what Taylen Green is. And I will say this. I think Taylen Green's ceiling, especially as a passer, he's bumping his head on that ceiling right now, and I'm not sure that ceiling is going to move. I think we have a pretty good idea of what Taylen Green can be as a college football player. He can get a little bit better here, a little bit better there, but we have a pretty good idea. I have no idea what Maddox Madsen's ceiling is.
I want to see him start a game, go out there with the ones on a fired up Albertson Stadium on a Saturday night.
What makes us think that he couldn't be the next coming of a Ryan Dinwiddie or the next coming of a Brock Purdy?
Yep.
He reminds me a little bit of both. I know he's only 5'10", 5'11" at best. And that concerns me a little bit, but I'm not worried about a couple of inches of height in a quarterback right now. I'm just looking for the best quarterback that Boise State can find.
All right, Clint, you're next up. Appreciate you calling Idaho Sports Talk. Clint, what do you have?
Hey, so real quick, is he actually starting, or they just, like you said earlier, they're playing them both this weekend?
I asked him specifically if he was going to start him, and he said that will be predicated based on how they practice this week. So I honestly believe that it's wide open for either one of those two to start.
So I agree with you. Madsen's got to start. None of that play that you've seen in the last few games was garbage time. They were in the game, and he came in there and almost got it for him. You got to see what that kid can do, especially if the other one's his confidence is in the gutter. And then if he balls out on Saturday because you started him, then you got to stay with him, and you can't worry about the transfer portal thing. If say this predicament happened, it wouldn't be a predicament, it'd be better in my opinion. If Madsen goes off and starts the whole season and then he transfers, okay, you don't want that guy as your guy anyway. I mean, if he's just going to bail out and not try to come back and win a job, and he's going to go try to start somewhere else.
Yep.
You don't want that guy as your QB. You want the guy who's going to be in there doing it. And it looks so much better, the run game and then that pass game together. My gosh, I honestly think they would have lost to Washington no matter what. But they wouldn't have lost any of those other games if he'd been playing the whole game, in my opinion. Yeah. I think their one loss is Washington.
All right, that's Clint. Appreciate the call, referring to the comeback drive orchestrated by Mad Dog at the UCF game. If that kicker misses that kick, Mad Dog's the hero of week 2.
Yeah, if UCF misses the kick and if Boise State converts a kick on Saturday, maybe Boise State's 4-1. 2 field goals, 2 stinking lousy field goals.
Again, where are you guys going on this monster? Is it the quarterback contest, competition, controversy? Is it coaching? Prater says, yeah, the coach just said today, whoever has the best week of practice is going to start. That's how they're selling on this but, and this is a big but, just like I like. Both of them are going to play. You have a 2-quarterback system. They did not even run away from that term today. It was embraced by these coaches. They are excited that they feel they're going to get more out of the position than they've been getting all season, utilizing and emphasizing the skill sets of both these players. Benji, you're next up. Appreciate the line. Benji, what you got?
Hey, thanks a lot, Ballgame. I really like what both those 2 previous callers had to say. They sound like they know what they're talking about, and I agree a lot with them that you know what, get Madsen in there. I mean, just watching games, and I mean, you watch highlights of Green throwing the ball and trying to play quarterback, and you watch, no comparison. Madsen's outplayed him with whatever snaps or reps he's taken in practice. He's flat outplayed him, and I agree with that previous caller. Yeah, they would have lost to Washington no matter what, but I think I agree with him. I think they'd be undefeated if he would have started from day one. And, you know, Green, he's got some running potential, but, you know what, I've heard a lot of NFL coaches say, you know what, potential gets us fired. We need to win ball games. So that's all I got.
Good stuff, Benji. Appreciate the line there. Prater, any thoughts there? Now let's get to Mike, who's also been holding. 208-424-9300. Bring it. What's your thoughts? You don't know who your starter's going to be. Nobody, not one person calling in is saying no. Stay with TG10. Any supporters of Taylen out there? We want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts. Finally, Mike, like I said, thanks for holding. Mike, what you got?
Well, thanks for taking my call. I'm gonna give you my professional opinion as a flag football coach.
Nice.
But really, you know, I think part of this, a decent part of this, is on the coaches. I don't know that there's so much a quarterback controversy. It's a little bit of a coaching controversy. Are we saying that our coaches are doing the best thing they can to prepare and see Taylen truly hit his ceiling? I kind of agree a little bit with Prater, that I think that he's probably close to the surface and ceiling of what he's capable of doing. But we saw excellence last year, and we're seeing mediocrity this year. I don't want to put that all on the defenses that they've, quote unquote, figured out Taylen. I think that we're seeing some aggression from the coaching staff, and that's where my interest lies in this whole situation. is why aren't we talking more about the coaching and making sure that he is ready and capable and doing the things that he's most comfortable and able to do to take advantage of his skill set.
Do yourself a quick favor. Do yourself a quick favor, Mike, because you're making good points, but I'm going to clarify one thing and go back and look at the last 5 games that Taylen Green played last year, maybe even the last 6. It wasn't pretty, dude. I mean, everybody forgets. Go back and look. Everybody thought that Taylen Green was this rock star last year, and he caught us all off guard, and him and the cutter magic were real. It was awesome. It was cool. I'm not trying to downplay it a little bit, but go back and look at his passing stats over the last 5 or 6 games last year.
Yeah, they haven't improved much.
They got worse. If you look at the last 6 games of last year and the first 5 games of this year, that gives you 11 games. That's a sample size that's going to scare you guys.
All right, 208-424-9300. What is the biggest concern here? And are you worried? Again, tell us what if you're out there saying, hey, if Taylen Green's in the portal, you think Genty is going to go with him? Share us those thoughts. What's the good, the bad, and the ugly that can come from a 2-quarterback system? Have you ever seen one work? Let us know. Give us a call, and we appreciate everybody at the Dollar Loan Center. They sponsor our video segment every day on Idaho Sports Talk. We are on our YouTube channel and social media platforms right now. And Dollar Loan Center, they've been funding loans at 25 years for 25 years at don'tbebroke.com. So go to that website, don'tbebroke.com, and they're opening 16 locations soon here in Idaho. We appreciate the Dollar Loan Center. JP, 208-424-9300. All right, Bronco Nation, you don't have a quarterback controversy. No, you still have a quarterback controversy, but you have a 2-quarterback offense. Your thoughts, Prater in the Ballgame.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is